Hello, Endersword here again, this time with a fairly short video on the new silent enemy hostiles. Other people have done videos on crews, so I'll just touch on that fairly briefly. I've been finding success with the Janeway Torres Doctor crew. Basically increases the penetration that you do against them, diverts all the damage that they do to your shields after the first shot. Each of the rounds, the silent enemies fire 4 weapons. So the first one is going to hit you normally. The second ones are going to be absorbed completely by your shields. So if you're killing things quick enough, then that's a good way to go. Another option available is the ePicard, eData, and either Janeway or Harrison crews to maximize the damage output that you're doing. That's going to add a lot of isolytic damage. It's going to increase the bonus loot that you're getting from things. And using Janeway adds either more isolytic, or using Harrison is going to be key to bypassing the shields for the first round and hopefully killing these things quicker than you would otherwise be able to. So the real thing I wanted to touch on here, though, given that there is an event currently on for the most kills, so not the most amount dropped, not, the most artifacts collected or whatever, but just the most kills against the silent enemies, it's important to know how their burning works and how burning in general works. So if these enemies are going to inflict the burning on you at the start of combat for 6 rounds, it's important to know how that actually works. And burning doesn't actually take effect unless you tick over to the second round. So the real key to these, if you're trying to maximize the number of kills that you get, is to kill things in round 1. Which, sounds easier to say than it is to actually do. But if you are of a level that you can kill any of the lower ones, regardless of whether or not it's the ones that are dropping the right loot type for you or whatever it is, if you can find any of them that are low enough that with enough damage output, you can kill them in 1 round, then it means that the burning does not take effect. So if you look at the end of this fight, I am starting with 477.55. I'm going to fight this level 51 enemy, and I'm ending at 477.33. So I'm taking 220,000 damage during this fight, and it is only a 1-round fight. So all I'm taking is the first round of hits, some of which will hit my hull. The subsequent ones, because of how Janeway works, are only going to hit my shields, and I'm taking no hull damage whatsoever. If, however, I was to go up a level in the enemies, the 53 ones, I can no longer kill these in round 1. It's going to take me 2 rounds. The moment I tick into the second round, even though this is doing less than 300,000 damage, and then those are blanking at 0, the moment I've ticked over to round 2, it's going to delete 1% of my hull. And then he's doing a new round of hits and so on. So even though in total in this, I've probably only taken 500,000 to 600,000 in actual weapon damage to my hull, when you look at the amount actually done here, it's going to take me from 483 to 478. 5 million of my hull has simply been deleted by the fact that I've taken burning to myself for 1 round. So if I want to infinitely kill in that system, then I want to be finding the things that I can do at, in 1 round. So I'm level 59. I can go down to the 51s. That's enough to do it. If you're in your low 50s, high 40s, you may be able to find a way to 1 round the 44s, 41s, whatever it is. The hull points that these things have also get a lot smaller each jump that you go down. If you look at the 53s here, we're at almost 500 million, 470 million hull. The 51s start at 161. So it's basically 1/3 of the amount, almost 1/3 of the amount. I was doing earlier the 57 and 59s a while ago here. So the 57s are starting at about 1 billion hull. And if I can find a 59, that one is also at 1 billion. I think it's actually higher. It's just rounding down. So the odds that I could kill these in 1 round, I'm still doing okay. I'm getting in round 3, but that basically means I'm losing 2% on my hull outright even before it does any of the weapon damage that it's actually doing. So I'm definitely losing a bigger chunk here. If I'm doing the 57, 59s, the most I could possibly get is like 25 of them in a given round. If I'm doing the 53s, I can probably get close to 100, probably about 70, given that it's taking that 1% of my hull, so the max could ever be is 100, and it's doing some weapon damage as well, so probably 70, 80 if I was doing the 53s. But if I'm sticking to the 51s, if I'm sticking to something that I can kill in one round, I could kill about 2,500 of those. I would basically hit the loot limit where I'm no longer getting any rewards for it by the end, if I just stick to those, because I'm never getting into the territory that it's burning me. So if you can find, if you're looking to maximize in that event, and it's this event that is basically, annoyingly, because I don't like how it's designed this way, is based on kills and not based on the levels. It's simply 70 points per kill flat, and you can basically achieve scores that you would not be able to if you simply fought things your level. Go down a level, try it for this event, maximize the rewards. You're going to be monotonously killing thousands of things, and you'll probably max out your daily limit, but that'll be fine if you want to win that one. So, but even in the long run, knowing how the burning works is really the key to it, because depending what position you're in, the silent enemies do get stronger as they fight. Their critical damage is going to increase every round that they're there, but the burning is going to consistently take you from round 2 1% each time. And depending on your level, depending on your ship, depending on what you're fighting, it's quite likely that, as is the case in my case, the burning is doing way more damage than the actual ship is doing. And that's really going to cap what you can kill. So I just wanted to put that out there because I haven't seen other people mention it. If you want more of an in-depth thing on the different crew possibilities, Rev Deuce just had a video out several hours ago talking about some of those combinations. If you're having trouble killing anything in the first place, going with the Severus, Charvenak, Decius crew is probably the way to go, because you're going to definitely kill things in 5 rounds. So you'll probably be able to get 10 plus kills off of that with a single hull if you've got a half reasonable ship. If you are more struggling with damage, and if you're able to already kill things in 5 rounds or less, then going with heavier damage crews is probably going to improve your performance. And if you're really just out there swinging for loot, as I probably will be in the long run, you're just going to want to go in and get as much loot as you can in a short amount of time as possible, instead of actually being the most efficient. Because the way that this is going to work is you could either go in with a single token, kill things that you can one round like all day long, and that will maximize the loot you get. Or if you want to minimize the time, then you want to be using ePicard, eData, and 5 to just max out the loot that you get and go in, spend your hull. It's enough to collect things for a few days worth of refinery pulls and then get out of there. So those are your options. Again, other people have done better videos on the crews, but I wanted to talk about the burning mechanic itself, because I found a lot of people don't know that it doesn't take effect if you kill it in the first round, and that's the key to it. Thanks for watching.